Hello fashion lovers, welcome back to my channel, and today we'll be cutting this beautiful blouse. Okay, now this blouse, these are the measurements I'll be using for it. Okay, now you can watch what I did. I divided by 4 and added. Okay, my nipple to nipple bust point. All right, so basically you can pause to understand the blouse. Okay, now the back is can be any form. All right, it can be our normal back at the back. All right, now you already know it has corset. It's corset. Okay, so this is my basic blouse. All right, you can see my bust point, under bust, waist and hip. Okay, now this extension, there is an extension after my blouse length. Okay, that is because of the sharpness of the V. Do I call it the V, the front? You can see that sharp part, because of it. If for it to be longer, that is why I extended it. Okay, so these are my basic pattern. All right, now I'm marking half inches by the bust and bust point. That is half inches. Okay, now after doing that, the next thing is I start marking my nipple to nipple. Okay, now according to the calculation, my nipple to nipple is 8, so I divided by 4. I'm marking 4. All right, that is what I'm marking. And my nipple to nipple. Okay, so I'm going by 4 all through. Now the next thing is to mark by the blouse length. Now let me get my rule and connect. Now the reason why I'm marking it, I just want it to have a straight line. All right, so let's connect them together. Now my nipple to nipple is just what I marked right now. Okay, my nipple to nipple. Now once I've done that, come under the underbust, right at the underbust. Okay, mark 1 inches by the other side, 1 inches by the next side. Okay, then connect it to the bust point. Connect it to the bust point. Now you already know bust point is half inches. If your bust point is 9, you mark 9.5. If your bust point is 10, you mark 10.5. So what I marked here is 10.5. Then I'll connect it back to the blouse length. Okay, you can see how I connected it. I actually connected, my connection stopped at the blouse length. The extension is because of the design at the front, which is 4 inches. Okay, then right at the bust point I took half inches. What I'm connecting right now to the bust point is half inches. Have that in mind. Connect both sides. So our basic, all right, breast tube. Now once you have done that, you get your French cuff, place it, connect it to the bust point, the curve, that half inches I told you I marked. Good. You connect it to it. Then you go by the other side. Now from the bust point, I mark 3. You can go by 3.5, 3, depending on how big the person's bust is. Okay. The first one is 3, the second one is 3.5. All right. Now, depending on the bust too. Okay, so I'm going for 3.5. Let me equally connect the other one so you see it. So now from the bust point, I'm marking 2 inches. All right, now it mustn't be 2 inches. You can decide that your cup will cover very well. All right, you can decide that your cup will cover very well. Now if you watch the distance from the bust to where I marked, you can see it's small. It's matter of choice. The 2 inches I marked, meaning you can go up more. Whatever you want is your choice. So I equally went up 2. Then I connected it. So that is it. All right. You can decide to extend yours, but it's okay this way. Down, the next thing is for our shoulder. You can go by 2 inches or 2.5, whichever one. Now, if you watch, you see that I've already slanted the shoulder, okay? And I curved it just now. What I'm trying to do is to connect it straight from the cup to the armhole. I went down by 0.5 inches. Now, for my shoulder, I will equally use the French curve to curve it. It can be straight, it can be curved, whichever one you want, but I prefer it curved. Okay, I prefer it this way. So guys, that is it. You can decide to go in. If it's not giving you what you want, you go in more. So for me, I'm good to go this way. All right. Next thing is to cut. Now you can see the allowances I added. Sewing allowance by the side. I labeled it sewing allowance. Okay. Now you can see the distance from the accurate measurement and the bra cup, the breasthook cup. Then you cut. The next thing is to cut. Now if you watch the both thighs, the one on the blue, the bra is up. The cup of the bra is not too down. The pink one bra is down. So if you don't want, you can increase the connection by the bust point to maybe by 1 inches or 2 inches up. All right. But the cup you're making, know the kind of cup you're making. If it's like this one I'm cutting right now, is more exposing. It is exposing, yes, more exposing, because you can see my connection is by the nipple point. That means mostly all the chest will be out. So if you're cutting, you know the kind of cup the person wants, if the person wants it exposing or not. So that is how to get this tie. Now, to achieve the design, all right, on the down part of the blouse, you must finish sewing, joining all the pieces in the front, including the lining before. This is it. Now, assuming, let's say the front has been sewn, this is how it will look like. So I just use tape to hold them back together. All right. So once you have done that, it will give you something like this. All right. So before you work on the design at the down part of the blouse, you must have finished joining the pieces together. So I have done that. Okay. So the next thing for us to do is to give our design. All right. For us to draw it. Now, this is the actual blouse length. If you watch the hip, this hip, where the hip is, the side, you see that the blouse length by the side is not the same from the one in the front. So that is my actual. So I'm going up a little bit by 2 inches. Okay. I'm going up a little bit by 2 inches. Then I'll get my rule, connect it. Now I extended my rule left is not at the center, from the side. Okay, it's not at the center. Watch my curving. I curved it from the 2 inches to back to the blouse length, the original blouse length. Okay, then I slanted. Now I will come back by the side. That 4 inches is the extension which I told you. So I just marked that 4 inches. So from there, I will equally curve it to meet the center front. Good. So that is the design. All right. You can decide yours to be different design, you know, whatever you want to do right now, that is the time to do that. Okay, that is the time you do it. And your bony, everything, you sew it before carrying out this design. Next thing is to cut. Next thing is to cut. Now, if you want to use lining to finish it, you can. The best is lining anyway to give you that finishing well perfectly. For you to get this sharpness, you can equally use bias to do that, to finish the edge. Then the other side of it for me to cut it. So that is it. Very easy. Very, very easy. All right. Now you attach your shoulder, you know, your base, everything, and you're good to go. Like I said, you can use lining to finish the down. You can equally use bias to finish the down part of this blouse. That is it. Yeah. Sorry, I used tape to hold this down, you know, to be able to do this. So guys, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel, right?